Declared a national state of disaster in terms of the Disaster Management Act. This will enable us to have an integrated and coordinated disaster management mechanism that will focus on preventing and reducing the outbreak of this virus.
Measures permitted by the Constitution to contain an outbreak.
As a consequence, the National Coronavirus Command Council has decided to enforce a nationwide lockdown for 21 days with effect from midnight on Thursday, the 26th of March.
All political parties rallied behind government's first call for a lockdown, but the extension on the lockdown into the different phases started to cause rifts. A court bid was initiated, calling level 3 and 4 of the lockdown irrational, and a high court declared part of it as such. In its judgment, it found that some of the regulations under level 4 and 3 are not rationally connected to the objectives of slowing the rate of infection or limiting its spread. For example, the opening of places of worship while families still can't visit each other was the case in point. People allowed to attend funerals for loved ones but can't view the body. And one that caused much debate, the sale of alcohol but not of tobacco products.
The other provisions that were found to be unconstitutional is that when the court applied Section 36 of the Constitution, the limitation clause, it could not find that those particular provisions to be justifiable. The limitations on the rights to be justifiable in an open and democratic society based on human dignity and freedom. But what the court did acknowledge is that, in declaring this national state of disaster, the government took a rational decision. But certain provisions in the lockdown regulations, particularly level 4 and level 3, were found to be, constitutionally incompliant.
And the former Judge President has also weighed in. He says government should seek a second opinion.
It's a duty of the government to protect life, just as they must observe the rule of law. But there is no constitutional crisis in this country. There is a health crisis. And I expect that steps will be taken, must be taken, to protect human life, in the course of which exercise some sacrifice will have to be made.
Government says it's still studying the judgment.
What it means is that once Cabinet has studied the judgment and in the 14 days charted or decided on a way forward, it will make the necessary pronouncements.
South Africans have expressed mixed feelings on the court.
The government wanted us to be safe, so the courts are so wrong by saying that the restrictions were too strict.
Yes, they were too strict with some of the regulations.
And to be quite honest, in my opinion, even if we were to move straight to level 1, it's fine. We should just adapt and follow the safety precautions.
The
courts are right to make their decisions. It's not fair that churches that don't make money for government should open up and restaurants that generate money remain closed.
The next few days will be crucial for government as it ponders its next move. Natasha Piri, SABC News, Johannesburg.